Before I get started with this story, let me give a shout out to Trill, Texas for sending it to me. And if you don't know who this person is in this picture, this is Jana Duggar. Yes, she is related to Josh Duggar, who I just recently did a video on talking about him and his pervertedness. But it seems to me that the apple isn't falling too far from the tree. Now, I'm not exactly sure how she's related to him. I don't know if she's one of the siblings or whatever the case may be, but I think she is. But anyway, the reason why we're talking about her today is because she has been charged with endangering the welfare of a minor. Now, Josh just got sentenced to about 20 years, I believe it's 20 years in prison for the role he was playing in messing around with his own siblings. We have her, another member of the Duggar family, who is being charged with the endangerment of a child. This article I'm reading is coming from ABC 27. Jana Duggar, age 31, was charged with endangering the welfare of a minor third degree this fall, according to Elm Springs, Arkansas court filing. Duggar, the former reality star and younger sister of recently convicted Joshua Duggar, was cited for a misdemeanor on September 9th. She was released on a $430 bail. $430. That's probably one of the lowest bails I've seen in heard about in quite some time. The court document did not include further details from the investigation. She's pleaded not guilty and has a court date set for January 10, 2022. News of Jana Duggar's charge comes one day after her older brother was found guilty on charges of receipt of child videos and imagery and possession of child videos and imagery. Duggar, age 33, faces up to 20 years in prison and fines of up to $250,000 for each count. Judge Timothy Brooks announced that sentencing will happen in about 4 months. Duggar was taken into custody after the verdict was announced. Both Duggar siblings starred in TLC's 19 Kids and Counting, which has not aired since 2015. TLC pulled the reality TV show in 2015 over accusations that Duggar had touched 4 of his sisters and a babysitter. In 2015, Duggar publicly apologized for his imagery and tape addictions and cheating on his wife, calling himself the biggest hypocrite ever. Duggar's trial unfolded as his father, Jim Bob Duggar, runs in a special election for a vacant state Senate seat in Northwest Arkansas. Jim Bob Duggar was also featured prominently on the TLC show and previously served in the Arkansas House. And I'm not going to read the rest because it's more about his dad. And I realized in both articles that I read involving Josh Duggar and now her, that they keep highlighting the dad towards the end of the article, basically making it all about him. But like Trill said to me, or said in the comment sections of this article, just a family full of degenerates, which doesn't surprise me because it's 19 kids. Well, the initial set of siblings, 19. So I'm not surprised that this is coming out about her. And how much you want to bet they're going to keep this as quiet as they possibly can? I mean, they might as well go the distance because they kept Josh Duggar's trial quiet. They're going to keep hers even more quieter. Hers is going to be on mute. That's how quiet it's going to be. Hell, if this story was not sent to me, I would have not known. Just like when it came to Josh Duggar's trial, I didn't even know he was on trial. I completely forgot all about him, honestly. I did. But this doesn't surprise me of what what I just read. It's not surprising me, but it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to handle her, because at the end of the day, she's a woman. And on top of that, she's a white woman. And we know they like to handle them with the biggest kid gloves that you can find, especially when it comes to cases like these. It's very rare that women, and in her case, a white woman, gets hit with the type of charges that her brother got hit with. Now it just says the endangering the welfare of a minor. That can mean a couple of things. Like that could mean maybe touching inappropriately, or putting their life in actual danger, because they don't really go into detail of what she actually did to get this charge. It just says that she's getting a 3rd degree endangering the welfare of a minor child. So, like I said, it may not necessarily be the extremes that her brother went, but whatever she did involving this minor, it was something that was extreme enough for them to hit her with even a low-level degree charge. So she probably most likely put a child's life at risk. And they also don't go into detail of what child it was. We don't know if this is maybe one of her children, if she has kids, if it's one of her younger siblings, or whatever the case, or some outside child that's not related. So it's a lot of questions that need answering. But we'll see what happens, because they said that her trial, or her court date, is scheduled for January 10th. So we'll see what happens.